Nardi costume today.
Yeah, I'm changing the subject. Do I have to answer every single thing that you want? Who the hell are you, Missy?
Sarah fucking Garrett.
Oh, really? Sarah who?
Garrett.
Sarah Garrett. Pleasure to meet you. I'm Erik. You want my last name? You won't remember. It's von Markovik. As am I. What do you do for fun? I'm sorry I met you here, but I love the antagonistic attitude.
Where would you normally be? What do you do? What do you do?
I'm a glorified bum. And but I'm in Hollywood with purpose.
Missy your cane. And you have on more eyeliner than I do.
Yes, it's true, I do. What does that say? Yeah, the black nails, Missy, not pink. Don't go there. My brother, he's 4 years old. So that's just the whole thing.
I heard it.
Okay, well, if you have to run along. Anyway, before you rudely interrupted me, get this, my nieces are 11 and 12 years old, all right? My youngest niece, she's 12. Her name is Caitlin, but we call her KK.
Oh, wait. Answer this.
Yeah, I'll get to it. Yeah.
No.
Because you know what?
She looks like she's going to be on her way. That's my friend, because we're supposed to go to Skybar.
Right. Think in your head.
Help me out.
Do you have a middle name, yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, think of your middle initial. Just picture it. Look at me. So this isn't like a favorite psychology thing or something. It's just a fucking guess.
Okay.
All right, what is it? If I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
I'm not telling you my middle name.
You're just your middle initial.
R.
What are the statistical probabilities of my getting this right or wrong?
I don't know.
What are they?
Steal my wallet.
Thanks.
This is MongolianMindset, and today we're going to be typing arguably the best pickup artist of all time, Mystery. Okay, we'll be using Linda Barrens Interaction Styles and Temperament combined with Cognitive Function. As you can see there, he's working that girl with the system there to pick her up. I guarantee he probably does pick her up, but we're not going to watch the end of that to figure it out. Okay, we'll go and check and see what the monkeys at Personality Database has them as. Okay, they have, I guess his name, Erik von Markovik. He said it. They have him as an ENTP. Okay, so we'll check our chart. ENTPs are informative. They're initiating, progression, movement, journey focused. Okay, that's all one. They're TI. FE, NE, and SI, the systematic, and they're abstract, okay? If he meets those metrics, we'll call him an ENTP. And guys, you really want to join our Discord. Our Discord is like where you can get in contact with me to be typed. As you guys know, we do that absolutely free. All you have to do is join our Discord and create a ticket in there that says request a typing session, and we'll get back to you with our availability. The Discord has been really taking off. We've got a lot of great members over there with a lot of great knowledge. The mods are continuing to innovate it as well, so you want to get in there and say you were there early. Okay, we're looking at around close to 300 people. We want to hit 500 soon, so come on in and join us, and feel free to message me or at me and anything, and I'll answer it to the best of my ability. If not, I'll find somebody else who can. We really focus on self-improvement over there. Very important for the self-improvement. We are trying to be the best versions of ourselves. So you got to be understanding of that. Like the bum mentality, the victim mentality, that's not the place for that, okay? But let's get into this. We got Mystery here, pickup artist.
Guys, welcome.
And comment below what you think his type is. I think it's going to be fun.
To the Fresh Air Podcast, man. We're back. We have a legend in the house. We're here with Mystery and his wingman, Rob Baxter. Guys, this is an interview 2 years in the making. Yes. This is probably one of the most, I would say, requested, anticipated, and for me, from a personal level, important interview that we've ever done. When you talk about the red pill game, female psychology, dating, all this other stuff, it always originates with one name, and that name is Mystery. And we got his longtime wingman in the house as well. So yeah, guys, welcome to the pod. We know who you guys are. I'm not even going to go into announcements because I want to just get right into it.
Yeah.
Can you guys introduce yourself to the people for those that don't know who you guys are?
Certainly. Mystery in the house. Erik von Markovik, 52 years old.
Can't even tell.
From Canada. I'm Canadian, born and raised, guys.
Shout out to Canada, man. And Rob?
Shout out also now to my wingman of over 15 years from the UK. This is Baxter.
Hi, guys. Yeah, we've been gaming all over the world for about 300 boot camps nearly for about 15 years. And I started in 1996 or 1997. So yeah, I'm born for the game.
No, that's awesome. So I guess I could.
Ooh, looking at this guy, I think we're dealing with two ENTPs. Oh man. And you guys know I always say this, they are probably the best at picking up women. I'm not even kidding you. ENTPs are probably the best at picking up women. I said it.
Start with, so how did you guys get into this? Because you guys have been doing this for a while. You know, pickup used to be an underground thing that very few people knew about. It was kind of like a cheat code. And it was kind of like a, you know, well-kept secret. And you guys blew up with the VH1 reality show, The Pickup Artist. But how did you guys get started in this field before all the fame, before the TV, and before, you know?
And if you guys don't know, we've typed Myron Gaines as well. He's an ENTP. I would say that Myron Gaines is more of a, I'd say normalizing, man. I'd say normalizing. Okay? He's more normalizing. He doesn't, you know, strike me as like Andrew Tate or anything. He doesn't strike me as the creative that I would say is like Kanye West. I'd give it normalizing.
And everything else like that.
Well, for myself, I started in Toronto. Mm-hmm. I didn't lose my virginity until I was 21.
I didn't do this. I didn't do that. This guy's coming off SI.
So that's somewhat of a late bloomer. Mm-hmm. And I caught up since. No, by the time I got 25 years old or so in Toronto, I found myself having success with women. And I started teaching my friends my secrets. I also wanted to extend myself to meeting other pickup artists that would come and visit me or that I would go and see. And that led to friendships.
All right, so he's talking about the journey here. So I'm going to hit it for progression, okay? And if I see or hear him say I one more time, I'm slapping him for SINE.
With pickup artists around the world, getting a chance to watch them game, as well as them getting a chance to learn from me. So what a win-win situation. Baxter, what's
you're talking about a win-win there? I could hit him for interest, okay? Because he's talking about a win-win situation, I'll hit him for interest.
Your background.
A friend, when I was 19, he handed me some tapes to listen to on seduction. And it was all very day game based and NLP based. So 6 months later, I just thought I need to learn how to do night game, how to do this in the bars and the clubs and so on. So I just came up with crazy ways of doing things and meeting people. And literally that was it. I ran with it as if it was the only way.
Gotcha. Mr. You have a book, which I've referenced on this podcast literally hundreds of times probably at this point. We've had, you know, over 1,500 videos, and I've definitely mentioned it at least once a week at this point. It's a legendary book, The Mystery Method. Can you tell us what that book entails and what it covers? Like there's, you know, the 7 attraction triggers, the importance of, you know, being a leader of men and all these other things. Can we kind of give a quick overview of what The Mystery Method is? And
certainly.
Yeah.
Certainly. It's The Mystery Method, How to Get Beautiful Women into Bed, is a book that I wrote over 25 years ago. The book has not changed much in the last 25 years. It's sound, it's quite solid. Everyone is giving me positive feedback to this day. on that book, but I have evolved my training.
Evolve, progression.
So while that book is about the structure of a pleasing love story.
Talking about the structure. Okay, so the structure or the systems behind something. Okay.
The structure of a pickup, from meeting her to beginning a sexual relationship, what we call courtship. That book is strongly focused on the structure of pickup, but there are...
It's focused on the system of pickup. The system. That means I am what? My focus is on the system. I wrote a book on the system.
Are additional keys to proficient pickup. And another key is material to fill in the structure. The material is the stuff we actually say.
So this is my problem with ENTP systems, okay? They will give you a system, right? But the thing is their system pretty much works for them because they make a very loose system where like they will give you the general gist of things. But like some of us who can't NE like them, or you can't SE like other types, you're gonna find yourself struggling a bit. So you may have to, if I was to tell somebody, this is what I would do if I was going to master his system or whatnot. I would take that system, but then I would refine it differently because somebody like myself isn't that good at NE on the spot, or I'm not good at SE on the spot. So I would refine it a little bit differently than him. It would be a lot more, you know exactly what you're gonna do much. As in, he keeps a little bit things a lot more open because he has NE and he can do that. But if you can't do that, you're gonna struggle. Okay.
In field, in the nightclub environment, to the groups of people that we interact with, that material is something that you can find if you don't know what to say. For instance, on how to open, I have written a book on openers called Hey Guys, and that's available on my site. We can talk about that later. Things have changed also in that I've written a book called Game Changers. So since that first book, The Mystery Method, both Baxter and I teach game-changing ideas. One of the greatest game changers, while I'm on this topic, that I think you'd find interesting is...
It is informative shit, man, that I think you would find interesting.
Noting that there are two narrative arcs to choose from in a pickup. You can have the woman chase you, which I believe is better, or you can have the man chase the woman. Having the woman chase the man is entirely different from the other way around. And our game, both Baxter and I, are focused on that type of game.
Yeah.
If you were to change and focus on that type of game, your game would improve quite dramatically. Mm-hmm. That's one difference in the new stuff we teach.
Okay, so he's talking about having a woman chase you. Okay, yeah.
That's good.
So in the book,
like I talk about Kyle a lot of times. He says like what he does is he uses a maze. He put people in a maze, right? And he just navigates it to himself. All right. As in, I would kind of be a lot more direct. And as like me and Kyle have like went out and do stuff, I've learned to pick up more of his style of play. Like the first thing Kyle told me was like, bro, your body language is way too fucking direct. Okay, you got that goddamn Ted Bundy going on. You need to fucking talk to people a little bit sideways or a little bit giving them an opening. Okay, so like if you're an NI user a lot of time and a strong one, you got to watch that in your behavior. I think I've talked about it before. You really got to watch that super direct behavior if you're trying to talk to someone or pick up somebody or something. Kind of run out their options.
Mention And we could go
very
into
intimidating.
Like the different, like, you know, opening a set, what that means, you know, obviously stacking material, having cool stories, etc. Can we talk about what the attraction triggers are? If I'm not mistaken, I believe there were 7.
Well, I teach a top 5.
Okay.
I'm sure there are many. There are maybe 30 of them.
Yeah.
We can go into.
Well, I teach a top 5. All right, informative.
You know, minutia, but the top 5 to me are: number 1 is pre-selection.
Bam. Okay.
You can save the step of having to get to know, or rather, a woman can save the step of having to get to know you if she sees that you are attractive to other women. If they see you with women, you have what we call pre-selection. And that is, in my opinion, 80% of attraction. Mm-hmm. Now, there are additional attraction switches. There's leader of men, protector of loved ones, having a willingness to emote, and showing that you're a successful risk taker. Those are the top 5 in my book, literally.
Guys, in the chat, get your pens and papers out because we're going to be talking about a bunch of stuff like this. So I'm going to write, wait, so risk taker, leader of men, protector.
Protector of loved ones. If she becomes a valued member of your social circle, she too will be protected by you and your social circle.
If you see here, Mystery isn't really referencing outside sources. It's all from himself. This guy's a TI user. Okay, he's not referencing some other pickup artist or Neil Strauss or anybody or anything. It's just pretty much his thinking, what he's come up with. This guy's a TIFE user.
That's quite powerful. Mm-hmm. Becoming friends with Will Smith and having his resources available widens and improves your chances of survival, and that's important in life.
Yep.
So risk taker,
that's attraction.
Protector, pre-selection, leader of men, and then what was the last one again?
A willingness to emote. Oh, okay. Successful risk taker is the last one.
Willingness to emote. Can you explain what willingness
to emote is? To show a rich range of emotion.
Okay.
Not to just monotone it and be too cool for school, or
charisma.
Take your smile and it never goes away. So they can't trust your expression.
Looks like the fucking Joker when he did that smile.
Gotcha.
Want to show a rich range of expression and emotion in your storytelling. It's much more captivating.
Now, real fast. So you mentioned, you know,
if you see like the way he's talking about things, he's talking about the best way to do something. Okay, that's going to hammer onto the systematic approach to things, or structure based. He's trying to do things from a structure based.
A risk taker, protective of loved ones, pre-selection, leader of men, willingness to emote, which, you know, kind of.
And if you see the difference between Myron and Fresh, okay, you see that Myron's taking notes on what this man says, and you see Fresh is not. That's a winner. Myron's a winner. Fresh, yeah, bro, you're probably gonna be a loser, bro, because he takes things seriously. This man, you know, if he's writing down this stuff, you can tell this man takes things very seriously. He's just like, I'm here, whatever. I'm listening to these guys. I'll absorb some information, but Myron, on the other hand, is like, nah, I need to master this.
You can say that's like charisma, charm, being animated, being someone that's able to convey a story in an interesting manner. Now, when you, in your book, you talk about approaching sets, which a set is like, you know, multiple women, for the audience that might be wondering. Multiple women, maybe there's even some guys in there. And what you're doing is you're coming in, introducing yourself, and you're telling stories that demonstrate these 5 attraction triggers that you just mentioned, and you're kind of like humble bragging about it, and people can come to that logical conclusion that you exhibit these traits.
See what he's saying here? You're humble bragging if people can come to that logical conclusion. So that's more of an informative nature, right? Because you want them to come to the conclusion. You're not being direct about it, okay? And that's the mastery of. This is the reason why I say informative language is, to me personally, as a direct person, I think it's better. I think direct has its time when it's effective and good, but most of the time it's really not that fucking good. Like when you're talking about like talking to people, getting things from people, just being able, it's rarely a time where you have to like really effectively be direct, okay? Let's be completely honest. So I'm always the proponent to say that informative language is very good. Okay, it is what it is.
The story, but then there were other things you mentioned as well, like pulling them to another venue. Can you kind of go through that process real quick, as like from opening a set all the way to closing the deal?
Oh, if you'd like, that's.
Oh, if you like, you know. Oh, if you like. Oh, if you like. Yeah, man. Let's go ahead and start knocking shit off, okay? It's amazing, man. And I've always talked about it. Like my brother, like he never had to like watch anything on how to be good with women. My brother's always been fucking good with women, like always. It's like I feel like it was a birthright for that motherfucker. So I'm gonna hit him for informative, and I'm gonna hit him for systematic here, okay? And we're informative, systematic. That makes you either a NTP or a SFJ with mystery here, okay? So let's go back. Let's finish this up.
A set of phases.
Mm-hmm.
A set of phases, that's progression,
that fill the timeline of your pickup.
Mm-hmm.
Let's zoom in. Let's discuss the phases. Before we get to the 9 linear phases in a successful courtship, let's talk about the 3 main stages.
Talking about the system, now he's breaking it down.
Okay.
You see, there's a beginning, middle, and ending phase to each of the 3 stages. That's why there are 9. Otherwise, there's only 3 main stages. And I think we can all agree that the stages have to happen in order. Mm-hmm. First, the first stage is attraction. We have to have traction before the second stage, which is comfort. Building comfort with someone with no attraction leads to let's just be friends.
Yep.
So we want attraction first. But now you can't jump over comfort and compromise your comfort and go straight to the third phase, or stage rather, which is seduction. You must go in order: attraction, then comfort, then seduction. The idea behind this is scientific in nature. It's backwards rationalized from that which worked. It's logical to trigger attraction first, mutual attraction, so you can demonstrate that you're attracted to her as well.
It's logical, T.I.
And then move on to comfort, building a growing comfort, familiarity, intimacy, at the very least connection, which is really the core of comfort, is building connection, removal of lack of discomfort, removing discomfort. That's what comfort's about. And the interesting thing is, if you have attraction and comfort, quite likely by then she'll seduce you. Women are better seducers than men generally, at least better than me. So I like mutual seduction, or I would like to be seduced. You have attraction and comfort, you'll get seduction.
I think guys, like a lot of guys don't even realize that. I tell dudes all the time, like, dude, you didn't seduce anything. Like guys always, like, they have this like thought in their head. They live in this like this fantasy world where they think they do the picking, but you really don't do the picking. They do the picking, because at the end of the day, when you come up, you do anything, they can just tell you to get the fuck out of here, or not be entertained at all, or not even give you a shot. You really don't do anything, okay? It's all their decision. I just laugh at people that say that shit, like, bro, you're a moron.
What we've done, or what I've done, is I've taken these 3 main stages, which you cannot all do at once. You can't open in seduction, or you could try, but if you get a no, how many no's do you have to get until you start learning that it's actually almost offensive to open in seduction?
Mm-hmm.
So let's now zoom into the first 3 phases, which is the beginning, middle, and ending of the attraction stage.
Mm-hmm.
The first is A1, the second is A2, the third is A3. I've just named them so we can talk about them. So we can then, once we learn the objectives of each of these phases, we can take material, these are the gambits, the words we say, the material we use to convey our personality, and we both...
I love gambits, man. Gambits are amazing. Okay, that's from chess. You know, if you play chess, a lot of times people will play gambits at the lower levels. Okay, but when they get to the more competitive level, they really drop the gambits. But gambits are always fucking fun, man. They either take it or they don't. Take it and you get up with tempo or whatnot, or they just decline it.
Put them into the proper phases. So A1, the objective is simply to open, to initiate a conversation with a group of people you haven't met before. Now, 2/3 of all approach scenarios are the 3 set, are a group of 3 people, guys or girls. That's a mixed set. That counts as a 3 set. So you're going to have to work groups. So focus instead of...
And if you've noticed from this guy, it goes back to what I said about NTs, is they have a mastery core to something. Mastery. This guy's mastered pickup, okay? He has that mastery core to him.
Trying to pick up a girl all by her onesie, and you never meet her friends, she never meets your friends, which is quite, odd. It feels uncomfortable, almost damn near creepy. Mm-hmm. Meeting her friends, and then her friends meeting your friends, and you're getting to know each other that way. That's much more. It gives more potential to a love story, in my opinion.
Gotcha.
Following A1, opening the set using the material of openers, and I've written a book. Hey guys, it's a book of openers, 60 plus openers, more than enough to handle a myriad of approach scenarios. Once we've done A1 and we've opened successfully, 15 to 30 seconds in is all it takes, we move forward to A2, which is the core of attraction, where I'm going to demonstrate higher value, DHV, demonstrate higher value to her, and draw out of her IOIs, and her meaning the woman of interest within that group. Mm-hmm. Once I have 2 or 3 indicators of interest, that's, a pattern is forming that she's...
A pattern is forming in E.
Demonstrating interest in me. I will then slow it down and say, is there more to you than meets the eye? And get her to qualify me. Now that one gambit, is there more to you than meets the eye? It's just one example of a gambit.
See, the gambit, like I said, is like you're kind of forcing the hand a little bit. It could either work or they just decline the gambit. But usually if they take the gambit, it's good for you.
There are many qualifiers, but that's one example of a qualifier. That qualifying is so important, by the way, that it is a phase, not just a gambit, not just a game piece. But if you run 4 or 5 gambits that are qualifier gambits in the 3rd phase of A3, you will complete the objective of the phase, which is to allow her to feel like you're attracted to her.
Mm. It's a mirror. Talking about how she feels. Okay, that's FE there.
Opposite of A2. In A2, you're DHVing and she's IOIing, giving indicators of interest for you showing value. And in A3, the opposite is happening. You're getting her to DHV you so that you can then perhaps positively misinterpret everything as awesome and IOI her for having done so. Make sense?
Yes, you're rewarding good behavior.
3 phases of pickup, and that completes attraction. Once you've done that, once you've finished qualifying her for 8 to 12 minutes on average, you will move into a lock-in position, a sit-down position. Grab yourself a seat with her and her friends if necessary, if not isolating her from her friends, 10 minutes in with permission.
Scenarios there,
from the peer group. And then you're in comfort. And that's the first phase of comfort is C1. And you're on to the comfort and leading off to seduction over time. There's more to it, but we can definitely have zoomed into the first part, which is pickup. A1, A2, A3, move to C1. Every set, A1, A2, A3, move.
A1, A2, A3, systematic. Most people, if they watch you say this shit, they'll be like, bro, you are an evil person. So, it works, man.
To C1. A1, open, false time constraint, A2, DHV, neg.
Chuck,
Prime her.
But what I'll say is this system will be a lot easier for Kyle to pick up, or my brother to pick up, than me, because like I said, it's a loose system. It gives them the ability to use NE and adapt and change and move around and change things around. But as myself, I'm a struggle if I'm in a certain point and I'm like my brain's fucking up or something like that. I could drop, maybe I may hit A1 but then fuck up in A2. So for me, I have to refine it for myself, okay? It has to be refined for me as an intj.
To want to qualify herself. Then A3, qualify her. Move the set. Then C1, start building comfort with comfort building gambits. If you do that successfully,
these gambits are all or nothing, baby. All or nothing.
Enough times, you will master the game.
So I'll tell you, going to that mastery again. NT core.
Gotcha. Wow. Yeah. There you go, guys. And now you see why.
If you do this enough times, progression, you will master the game. NT core.
Legend. And everyone that you know that's in this space, that's helping guys with getting women, typically is following that structure to some degree. This is like the main rubric that a lot of people built their game off of.
And I will say that, like, if you actually go back and you break down, like, maybe your attraction to girls, or when you were successful with the opposite sex as a guy, you will probably see these mechanics break down. You'll probably see them. Okay, if you reverse it all the way back, you'll see it.
So just to recap, attraction, comfort, seduction are the three big components. And then within attraction, you break it down to three other levels. You got A1, which is opening the set, approaching them, saying hello with your opener, whatever it may be, which mine used to be, hey, you're almost as cute as me, haha, right? Break it with kind of a funny situation, like a funny pickup line, right? Then you demonstrate high value, brag, not necessarily brag about yourself, but do it through, telling stories or whatever. And then she shows indicators of interest. I know there was a bunch that you would put in your book, touching her hair, if I'm not mistaken, you'd call that preening, scratching her arm like this, looking up at you. There was some other IOIs you had mentioned in the book. And when she shows this, then you qualify her, and then you try to move the set, get her to follow you, and then have that one-on-one conversation to build comfort. So that's kind of a summary of what he was just saying, guys. And so, what did you say? Something? Oh,
I had a question, actually, Mister, if you don't mind. So when it comes to the game and meeting women, obviously your friends are going to be around you. Select friends. How do you choose a good wingman to be your partner? Like Rob, for example.
Well, Rob has come from a long distance. He's come from heaven. And he is an angel walking on earth. And we do good works together everywhere we go. And we travel city to city, country to country. We've gone around the world many times over. Right, buddy?
Yeah.
So,
well, Facebook told us we'd been to about 300 cities together. So that was a while back.
And that was a while back. So how do you find a good wingman? Well, in my opinion, a lot of people try to, force it and find a good wingman.
In my opinion, yeah.
And online, I think you'll find each other where beautiful women are. You'll find each other. You're going to meet a guy with beautiful women on his arms, and you're going to have beautiful women on your arms, and the two of you are going to wink.
You know what? It's just hitting me right now. I was like, is Mystery would I classify him as a dominant? No. Would I classify him as creative? Oh, that's a possibility. Would I classify him as normalizing? That's a possibility. And then it hit me. He's talking about interpersonal relationships. This is my first harmonizing ENTP. Oh my God. It just hit me out of nowhere. Oh shit. Because this is all interpersonal relationships. Oh man, I was thinking, oh, maybe he's creative. And then it just hit me. I'm like, oh no, he's harmonizing. Oh, you sneaky motherfucker.
Look at each other knowing that you guys are living good lives. And that's how you'll meet your next wingman in field. That's my
a good point.
That's great.
That's kind of like how me and Fresh met, because we both were dealing with the same situation, like with the same types.
And now, if you think about it, in the 4 ENTPs that I've given you, you think Andrew Tate's dominant, Kanye West is creative, Myron Gaines right there is normalizing, Mystery right there is harmonizing. 4 of the ENTPs. I'm so proud of myself.
Girls here in Miami, and we instantly bonded over that, because it's very rare to find another guy that knows his way around, you know, women. So when you do find it, you're like, okay, if this guy's here with women, he clearly knows what he's doing.
All right, I'm done here. Okay, let's go ahead and knock him off. He's an ENTP. Okay, so ENTPs are initiating. Okay, they're abstract. They're systematic. Clear, this guy's focusing on the system there. They're pragmatic. Okay, do what works. Okay, informative. Okay, he's journey based, progression. I like journey. That just articulates it a lot better than the other words. So I went ahead and put journey on that. He's SINE. Okay, a lot of first person. Everything he said was pretty much started with like I and things of that nature, and he's talking about patterns and that nature. And he's a TIFE user. You didn't hear no TE from him at all. Maybe he, even when he used the damn statistic, I don't even know like if I could like look that up. He said two-thirds of every set will be 3 people. Where the fuck he get that information from? I don't know. That's true. That's probably from his own SI experience. Okay, that's probably from his own SI experience that he's been through. So I got him as an ENTP, man, and we got our first harmonizing ENTP, baby. Harmonizing. He's all about interpersonal relationships. He's literally mastered them. Okay. For Enneagram here, I gotta go. He's SO, man. I'm going 7 W6 SO / SX. Okay. I'm going with that. I'm giving mystery prodigy. ENTP is a prodigy. Prodigy level. You get your own prodigy level for Mercer. Okay. You, my sir, are a monster. Thank you for what you've done. I know a lot of people are going to disagree. But yeah, he's a harmonizing ENTP, 7W6, SO / sexual, and he's prodigy level. God, I could have kept watching that fucking video. But comment below what you thought his personality type is, and now I hope you guys can see the 4 different types of ENTPs. Like we said, we got the dominant version, the Mr. Andrew Tate. We got the creative version, Kanye West. We got the normalizing version, more like Myron Gaines there. And then we have the harmonizing mystery. And you see the way he speaks, it's a lot differently. I think a lot of people may construe that he's a background type or whatnot. But everything he says is journey-based or progression-focused. So this is Mongolian Mindset, and we are out.